It's Vernisa, and I'm here to speak up. It's time to speak up. Hello, everyone. My name is Vernisa, and this is my podcast, Speak Up. Hope you guys are all having a great week so far. We're almost to the end of July. It came so fast. For those of you that don't know, the mission statement for this podcast is we'll use our voices to motivate people to overcome life's challenges through self-love and respect. This podcast focuses on self-love and inner peace. So all the new listeners out there, welcome. Before I get started, a quick shout out to my amazing sponsors. Shout out to My Bar, located at 720 East Manchester in Inglewood, California. Get your nails, your lashes, your hair done. Ask for mine. Tell them that SpeakUpJV sent you. The Instagram is at myy.bar. And also shout out to Be Actual Natural. Why settle for less? All their products are created with you in mind for a goal to let your self-love show through your self-care. The chemical-free hair and skincare products are handmade, plant-based, and free of fillers or preservatives. Treat yourself by taking care of yourself. Start your journey at www.beactualnatural.com, and the Instagram is at beactualnatural. Support a Black business today. So I'm super excited for tonight's episode. This is actually somebody who has inspired me in life, who's been pushing me, and I'm very grateful to be interviewing him tonight. So y'all give it up for Butta, founder of Keep It 100. Hey.
Thank you so much for having me, man. I'm excited.
Yes, this is great. How you doing?
I'm amazing. Can't complain.
Can't complain. That's good. That's good. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Butta, founder of Keep It 100, 39-year-old father of an amazing young girl named Ashton. I created my run club in 2018 just to get people that look like myself active and healthy. You know, it's not a competitive type situation. I just want, Black and brown people just active, moving, getting healthy. It's very, very important in today's world. I started with a couple friends, and now I've done runs up to almost 1,000 people. So this is my love, this is my passion, and we're gonna keep it 100.
Yes, you are definitely doing that. So where did the name Keep It 100 come from?
In all honesty, when we first started in 2018, we were called Front Runners LA. I started off April 7, 2018, and like I said, it was just me and my friends getting together just to run a couple miles. Running had been something I fell in love with in March. I fell in love with it in March of 2018. It was something I started off as a hobby, and then I ran my first marathon, fell in love, and I said, everyone has to feel like this. So I just created something that, my friends could come to without, thinking of what it could be, or like I didn't have a blueprint of what a run club was. I had never been to one. And, once it started gaining traction and things like that, people started showing up in bigger numbers, it was like, you got to come up with a name. So we started off with Front Runners LA. And as that continued to grow, it was like, well, you have to trademark it and this and that. And I was like, I didn't know anything about trademarks. And when I went to trademark it was already taken. So Keep It 100 was something that, I would see hashtagged in other runners, like, Instagram posts and things like that. So I thought it was cool. And then, like, for me, running was bringing me a lot of success, and keeping it was bringing me success. And then, like, with me, I was just being my authentic self in a space where people kind of feel like you have to look a certain way or eat a certain way just to, you have to look like a runner is. And I just didn't fit those, whatever people would say was in, or, whatever the thing was. So I was keeping it, the slang, keep it 100. So running and just keeping it true to myself, I just tied the two together. So that's how it came up.
I love that. It's a dope name. Like, ain't nobody topping that.
I'm sorry for that long answer too, but
no, you speak it up. I love it. So what makes Keep It 100 unique from other running communities?
It's the love. You've been a part of it. You see, what we bring. And it's no knock to the other run clubs. I love them all. Those are all my friends. I just feel like we're more, I want to say community based, just because a lot of them are performance based. They want to get people faster for, like, races and training and things like that. Me, I just want people moving. So we come together a couple of times a week. We do a couple miles, about 3 miles every week, and you can run it, you can walk it, but to be uplifted and supported by people that look like you does something for people who just go through whatever life throws at them every day. If work is tough, or the kids are getting on your nerves, or your spouse or whatever, like you have a space to just show up in, and you're gonna receive love that you wouldn't get in any other space. So just the love that we bring, and being able to showcase and highlight entrepreneurs in that space has been beautiful. Like I said, you see it every week. So
yes, and I can definitely attest to that. Like I remember when one of my friend Natalie, she showed me the group. At first I was like, oh, it's these runners. I don't know, I like to run, but I don't know, and I remember one day I said, F it, I'm going to go. And then I just felt so welcome, so comfortable, even at the pace I was going. Like I started off walking and then like kind of running after, and then now pushing myself. I just ran my first 6 miles on Sunday. Never thought I could do that. But it just shows you, like, the importance of community. You guys all uplift everybody. And, like, I just felt welcome with open arms. So to get that progress with such a dope group of people is really nice.
Sure. And to you, congratulations. I'm proud of you. You've been working hard. Keep going, man. Like I say, the mind, the body can do amazing things. For those of you who watch it, I know people may have hesitations or reservations about coming out. But, just show up for yourself, and, it can go a long way.
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely. I've witnessed that. So tell us about your upcoming half marathon, Through the West Side with Love.
One of the biggest things I've ever done in my life. So for those of you who don't know, I'm creating my own half marathon, 13.1 miles through South Central Inglewood and other surrounding areas that I grew up in. Running is my love. It's something I didn't do growing up. But in my community where I'm from, races aren't a thing. Like there aren't half marathons and marathons through the hood, So I can sit there and complain about it, or I can be the change. So I went ahead and just created my own. Who knows where this can go from here? But you have to just kick the door down and just see where it takes you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's exciting! Oh, can't wait to sign up. So, what impact do you want Keep It 100 to have on the community?
It's already has an amazing impact. Like we haven't seen people from these spaces being as active and as healthy, through running, let's say. Everybody wants to go to the gym or all that, but like to pull up every Thursday and see 100 people out there running through the streets of Inglewood, it's an amazing sight to see. So, it's going to continue to get bigger and bigger. So the impact is going to stay there. Like it's going to be here while I'm gone, because activity is important. We are suffering from all type of things. So just movement in itself helps combat, heart disease, high blood pressure, COVID, all those other things. So like the impact will continue to go on, for a very long time.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I spent some time living in Inglewood, and I've took the bus through Inglewood, walked around Inglewood, but it felt good to run with a group through Inglewood. Like it was something very powerful about that. So I love that you're making that happen.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it is time for, give me 1 second, y'all, I'm over here messing up. It is time for our Accept segment. So tonight's Accept question of the day is, do you think you give enough attention to your physical fitness / movement? So if you're out there listening, please comment. I would love to hear what you guys say. I'm going to post this on all the social medias, and I'm going to go ahead and answer that first. I just started. I would say since I joined Keep It 100 about, how long it's been? Oh my goodness, maybe like 8-9 months, like I want to say. I really realized how important it was. Like I would do little things here and there, like, certain things. I like to run every now and then on my own time, but I feel like I really started committing to it, and I feel amazing. It is a good feeling, and it's something that we shouldn't ignore. So what about you, Butta? What do you think? What's your answer to that question?
The connection got kind of choppy, so I missed the beginning part of what you said.
Oh, do you think you give enough attention to your physical fitness / movement?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. It's running is I call it my coffee in the morning. It's like I said, pouring into yourself. It's so important to me because we get so consumed with, like I said, life's everyday, whatever. Kids, school, work, trying to make the money, get to the bag and all that. But if you don't take care of yourself, all those things that you're working towards will fall apart once your physical falls apart. So, pour into you first.
Well said. So tonight's episode is titled "Keep It Moving" in honor of Keep It 100. I love to, format every title to each guest. So tonight's episode is about the importance of investing in your physical health. So I love that you said all that. We're in a time, everything's fast paced. We on the grind. We so focused on that. But it's like, what does all that matter if your physical health isn't in order? Like, I feel like you can get rich tomorrow, but if you drop dead because you said some disease or something, what's the point of it?
Right. Like, like I said, a lot of people I know, friends, whatever, they get so consumed in trying to make all this money, right? And that's cool. But, when something happens to you, if you, let's say something happens to you physically, the Brinks truck isn't showing up to the funeral. So let's make it make sense.
Oh, that was a good one. I'm going to use that one. Yeah, and I also want to say too, physical movement also helps with mental clarity. Let's be real, this life is not easy. We're going through challenges every day, this and that. But it's something about when I run, like it literally takes all that stress away, and I feel like I could think clearer and get through things and help with my self-discipline.
For sure, like with me, running started off as a very therapeutic situation. I started running when I had my daughter. And it was just, newborn crying or whatever, or just me and her mom may not be seeing eye to eye sometimes. So I just went out for 30, 45 minutes to an hour, and I came back and I just felt, real rejuvenated. And, so I think the mental, what it does for you, the endorphins, and just, it just makes you feel better. You never walk away from a run or a workout saying, damn, I shouldn't have did that.
That's so true. My best friend used to say that all the time, and it's so true. It also helps with discipline in other areas of your life. Like, I've been seeing life more as miles now. Like, now it's like, I can push to the next, And like, even the discipline that comes with, like, if you didn't really eat the best that day, and then you go out there and try to run, it's like, okay, let me really change some other areas of my life so I can do my best and perform better.
Right, exactly. Just like I can attest to that, because with my recent weight loss, I feel great. Like, I feel like I haven't felt as good in about 3 or 4 years. So, I feel great.
I want to say, y'all, he looking amazing. Y'all tell everyone what you did. What did you do?
Okay,
tell everyone this 75 days.
So I recently just completed a challenge called 75 Hard. 75 straight days, no alcohol. You work out twice a day. You eat clean. Read 10 pages of something. Read 10 pages of a book, just nonfiction, and drink a gallon of water. You take a picture of yourself every day. So 75 straight days, mental and physical discipline. That was the biggest thing. Of course, like you do lose weight. The physical does change in that, but what I've gained in all the other, facets of life has been amazing. I've read 6 books in 75 days. I haven't read 6 books in 20 years. So, and now it's something that I look forward to. I want to read every night. I want to get my pages in, before I go to sleep. So it's just, just the space that it has me in. My mind is clear. My body feels great. I've lost 12, 13 pounds in 75 days, so, life is great.
It's like a lifestyle change. I love it. So we're going to talk about, too, the importance of physical health and movement being promoted more in the Black community. It's powerful. I even want to say, being on my own personal running journey, I've even received feedback from certain family members or friends. Yeah, yes, of course, supportive, but even oh, you're doing that. Oh, how did and because it just shows how unnormalized it is in our community, to run and this and that. Or I even I cut out meat, I want to say about 3 years ago. And even that, me doing certain things for my health and stuff, being looked at oh, you want to eat this, you don't want to eat that. But it's crazy but in other cultures and stuff, when certain people make certain changes, it's that's normal. I see people eating healthy all the time, getting all their nutrition, but it really is important to promote it in the Black community.
For sure. It's extremely important. And you will be met with the naysayers and the negativity. You just have to continue, do what works for you. People attack you with their, they project their insecurities and whatever they're going through onto you, because they're not willing to make the change or do the things that you want to do, because they're so comfortable. They're so complacent in the spaces that they're in. So you come to a place where you kind of got to leave those people behind.
And just keep leveling up. And I want to say too, it's powerful running through the hood with a group of people. Yes, this is what we're doing. It's something positive.
It's the norm. It's really the norm. So it's if you If you knock it, that's fine. Like, but we're gonna keep going with or without you. The train gonna keep pushing with or without you. So
yeah, the train gonna keep going. So as a leader in the Black community, what is something that you think needs to be changed for people to want to take their physical health more seriously, in your opinion?
Needs to be changed. I don't think things need to be changed. I just feel like, one thing that could be changed, there is like the food shortage in the areas that we live in, like I live in, food deserts and things like that. Like, it's funny because I just looked up, I went to go to Whole Foods and I looked up like where a Whole Foods was, and like near me, and there wasn't one within like a 10-mile radius, so it's just like, having access to healthier options is very, very important. Of course, like I know that there's Crenshaw Farmers Market now, Crenshaw Sauce. There are farmers markets and healthier options in the hood that you can find, but we just need more of those, so to get people can have access to them.
And speaking on that too, like even fresher produce, because even like the regular stores like Ralph's and stuff, I've been in all kind of stores in the hood, and like the stuff ain't as fresh as if you go to a certain area and it's like fresh produce. So like that's another big one.
For sure.
Yes. So it is time for the tweet up segment. So y'all know that I like to be on Twitter. So something that I tweeted this week that goes with tonight's episode is, there is progress waiting for you in the challenge zone. So there are so many benefits in pushing yourself to the new level. I think, sometimes, we see the challenge, we get scared, we turn around. But I think of any time I've pushed myself or did like a challenge, I've never regretted it. I've always felt great after, even if like I failed or whatever, there was like a new skill that I picked up from it. Like even this weekend, running up 6 miles, I'm gonna be real better. I was like, I'm gonna probably do 5. But then you were like, no, you're doing 6 today. Like, you said it. I was like, okay, I'm doing 6. But I don't regret it. I'm looking back, I'm like, I completed it, I did it. But imagine I just was like, oh, it's too challenging, I'm gonna stop here. I wouldn't have known what it felt like to hit that new height. So sure. What are your thoughts on pushing yourself to the next level?
I love it. Like I am huge on pushing myself. Because there's so much reward on the other end. So you've heard my quote, on the other side of hard is everything that you want. So when people, don't want to push themselves, like, people look at, let's use running as an example. Like, I would never do this, or I would never run, or whatever. But like, there's so many rewards in just physical fitness when you just decide to kind of lock in and be disciplined to get past whatever fears that you have, that you were just projecting onto yourself, so that's my story pretty much. When my friend in 2017, my friend told me, you're going to run an LA marathon. I told him he was out of his mind. I said, you're crazy. I would never run 26.2 miles. You're out of you're crazy. I trained for it. I ran it. And it was honestly one of the best things I've ever done. Pushing myself mentally and physically past the barriers that I had on myself did something for me, and it like I said, it changed my life. So all I want to do is continue to, elevate and push past whatever. Like 75 hard was something that I had hesitations on, but on the backside, I feel great. I look great. So let me see what the next challenge is. I ran to Las Vegas in March.
Yeah,
and people were looking at me like, you're nuts, but it happened. I did it. There's nothing I can't do. So, challenges are really my shit.
For real. And then you out here pushing other people to challenge themselves. So I love it. And we can't grow if we remain complacent. So staying in that comfort zone, there ain't no growth there. And taking care of our physical health is a challenge. That's where it hurts, right? But I think it's important to pick our pain. What pain is it? Do you want the pain of getting sick, or you want the pain of pushing yourself? So I love that.
Listen, like I have quotes all day. What you said, like getting sick. I'm really big on people being proactive as opposed to reactive. I don't want people to be like, oh, Butta, the doctor said now I have to run, or now I need to get healthy. Like, you could have been on the path and the journey to just better yourself before it got too late. We're losing people all the time to some physical, ailments or whatever it may be. I just lost a friend last week, 43 years old, to a heart attack. He didn't take care of himself. He did the things that everybody think is cool, the smoking, the drinking, the hanging out. He went to sleep one night and just didn't wake up. So I tell people, what's my quote? Let me see. My quote is eating healthy and working out costs less than medical bills. So let's make it make sense.
I love that. That's the quote right there. And, it's just important to have a community or an accountability partner, like somebody just pushing you every day, someone that, and I think Keep It 100 does an amazing job at bringing that. It's definitely a community. So have you ever had a chapter when it was time to push yourself to the next level and you felt unmotivated? If so, how did you pivot through it?
75 hard. 75 hard. There were days I didn't want to do it. There were days I didn't want to, work out. I didn't want to, finish my gallon of water. But my thing is finishing what you start.
I was just going to say that.
Because a lot of people give up and quit things and, start over or whatever. But like, I have a 9-year-old looking up to me. And her being my motivation, her, seeing me do these things will do something for her as she continues to get older. She was a huge accountability partner for me in this. I'd be hanging out with her, like see her after school, and she's like, "Daddy, did you do your workout? Did you do your second workout?" If I'm like, "No," she's like, "Well, she's kicking me." She lives her, we and her mom are together. So if I'm over their house, she's like, "Daddy, you got to go," so you got to go to the gym. And I'm like, "All right, let me get up and get that done," because she's watching and she sees all this. So I can't be like, I don't want to do it today, because I want her to be able to get up and get things done when times get hard for her.
That's well said. So that's a good why for you. I love that.
That's the biggest why of them all.
And I'm glad you said finish what you start, because my dad always tells me that. He says that one thing he admires about me is that when I start something, I always finish. Like I'm always like determined. So I think that consistency is huge with it. So it is time for the Life Up segment. So the Life Up segment is when I take the current episode and I relate it to today's world. So tonight's take a problem in today's world. So tonight's Life Up segment is physical movement being prioritized after issues arise. So you kind of touched up on that, talking about being proactive and not reactive. And it's true. Like, how many of us like, something's happening. It's like, let me get out there. And it's like, it is beautiful when this can just be a lifestyle, something to be preventative versus like after. Because I feel like it's harder once certain health issues do arise and you try to get back at it. And the other part is self-doubt when it comes to fitness. I'll go. I'm big to say, like, I used to have negative self-talk when it came to that. Like, I don't know. And I'm working on rewiring that. Even if I feel like you corrected me the other day when you said when I was talking about your half marathon, and you were like, don't say that. Say you can if you put your mind to it. And something that I just really claimed yesterday is that I'm going to take the word trying out of my vocabulary. I'm done saying trying. I'm doing. Like, I'm even going to correct other people when they say I'm trying, because it's true. We kind of train ourselves to stay in that comfort zone when we use that. And the last part of the Life Up is physical movement seen as a hobby/trend and not a lifestyle. So I always bring up social media because, let's be real. How many of us see the trendy workouts, this and that? And I feel like a lot of people want to work out for the wrong reasons. It's just to look good or show I'm at the gym, but it's like, is this a lifestyle for you? Any thoughts on the Life Up?
With the Life Up, right? Like, I'm big on controlling what you can control. Of course, things are gonna come at you every day. You can wake up, your car don't start, but you got to keep pushing. Like, you're gonna be hit with so many obstacles every day, but you have things to get done. Being active is one of them. So like, you can't, if you have a plan to, let's say, work out after work, you have to be locked into that, because of course things are gonna come at you. Your friends are gonna call you and say, "Hey, let's go to happy hour." Are you gonna make the right decision in that space?
Taco Tuesday is fine.
Right, exactly. So just having the discipline to just stay the course is very, very important.
Yes, and so that goes with how do we fix this? You just named some ways. I would say positive self-talk. I would say accountability, and also like putting your health first. I think those are the things that are good.
Yeah, like people don't put their health first until it's too late. So like, people want to work out. Like I say, I want to do it, but then let's say something happens to them, right? So now you're behind the coin per se. So like now it's harder to You could be proactive and get things done, or wait till something happens and try to work your way back to what you think is the norm. But that's so much harder to get up out the hospital bed or get up out of whatever ailments you had to work your way back to the norm. So I'm so big on being proactive and just starting before, like even when you don't want to.
Sometimes it's a mental thing.
For sure.
I love that. So
get out your own way.
Yeah, that's a big one. Look, you got the quotes tonight. What's your favorite thing about having Keep It 100?
The people. It's like the story. Like I hear all type of stories all day, right? So it's just like, the fulfillment in people telling me they're bettering themselves, and they don't. Someone called me once and played a message from the doctor. They're diabetic. They played their message from the doctor, and the doctor said, "Oh, you don't have to take your medicine anymore because you're healthy or you're active." Kids have come up to me saying, "Oh, my dad hasn't had to do this, or he's so much better now because he's been moving with you." So those are that's the best part. Those are the rewards to me. So that's what fulfills me every day. The people just wanting to better themselves.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, because I had a part where I was going to say how Keep It 100 has impacted my life. And yeah, it has pushed me to want to better myself, to prioritize it, like literally to carve out that time, add more time to do it. Like my mindset's so much different. Right. I'm like, it makes me not afraid of certain challenges that come my way, if that makes sense. So I just want to say thank you on this podcast in front of everybody for that. So it is time for the drink up segment. He had his water ready. So if you're listening out there, please drink some water. And I got a water fact for tonight. It's hot. Y'all better be drinking water. It's fucking hot. I gotta say that. So the drink up water fact for tonight is, according to Very Well Fit, dehydration in athletes may lead to fatigue, headaches, decreased coordination, nausea, and muscle cramping. Proper hydration is critical for preventing heat-related illnesses such as a heat stroke, which can have serious consequences. So if you listening to Butta talk right now and you like, I'm about to get up and start running up and enjoy Keep 100, please drink your water and stay hydrated.
Please drink your water. It's very, very important. It's huge for me. Like I said, I'm drinking a gallon of water every day. It's not easy. You got to run to the bathroom all the time. But, I haven't had alcohol in going on 3 months. So hydrating yourself is important because and your skin looks amazing. So it's a lot of benefits to it.
I love you. You've been glowing too. So yeah, look, y'all listen to him. So where do you see Keep It 100 in 5 years manifesting?
I look at it because I get asked that question a lot, right? Of course I want to expand, but it's a lot of difficulties in that too, just from my vantage point. But like I would love to have a space where I could just, people could come and we could, do classes and sessions and things about there, have a gym or whatever. That's one of my big goals. I'm really big in the community, and I just want to pour into the children too. So I want to, create, centers for kids that could, because childhood obesity is real. So I want to get the kids, that's why when the kids come out, I'm really big on just pushing them and showing them the love, because, these kids are eating terribly. So
the food is worth too now.
For sure. So them being active is very, very important to me. So I just want to have spaces where people could just show up and have a space to just, be their best selves. I want to put Keep It 100 in every major city in the country. I want to put it across the globe. But things will come in time. I look at everything as a slow build. I don't rush anything. So people have their visions for me and what I do, but it's just like they don't see it like they don't know running like I do. They don't know, how this thing kind of works. People have better. Some people may have business savvy, but when you want to do running, it's a kind of different lens you have to look through.
Well, you definitely already on that road, on that path, so it's happening. So it is time for the Poets Up segment. So y'all know this is one of the newest segments I added to SpeakUpJV. Y'all don't like to write poetry, so I'm gonna share a quote or two from one of my poems. So tonight's quote comes from my poem, When Insecurity Wins. So this is just real short. So Our minds are powerful. Yet when insecurity wins, we give it the power to control our minds. We allow it to feed our minds with self-doubt and unworthiness. We're always worthy, but when insecurity wins, it affects our sight to where we can no longer see our worth. So, piggybacking off that, going back into the episode, physical movement benefits our confidence. You feel good, you look good. That you actually silence that insecurity when you do that. I mean, it's been helping me with I've been on the ground lately, okay?
Like you be taking your selfies when you running. I
don't play. Yeah, he been getting me too, catching me. But it's true, and I think, I've been in low spaces where like I let my self-doubt take over, my negative self-talk. And when insecurity is winning, all those things happen. You feel unmotivated and stuff like that. So, be nice to yourself. This is a reminder, be kind to yourself, say something good to yourself. Even if you don't reach a certain goal, talk yourself through it and get back up. So that was the Poet Up segment for tonight.
Did you write that for Keke Palmer, baby daddy, or what?
He got the jokes tonight. I'm gonna send it to him. I'm like, you don't need this,
right?
Woo! Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. Usher got a lot of people feeling like that right now. So, what advice would you give to a person who wants to start a running?
Start it. It's very simple, man. I'm big on. If you have something you want to do, just do it. You never know how to be received. We have gifts, so why hold on to them? Give them to the world. There are people out there who want to receive what you have. So stop getting in your own way. You only have so much time on this earth. So make the most of it, man. If you want to do something, do it. Stop. Like I keep saying, stop getting in your own way. I started running with my run club with no knowledge of anything. It's one of the biggest run clubs in the country. I'm in the happiest space of my life because I bet on myself. So and I tell people like, just do it. Just go for it.
Well said. Just do it. Look, throwing some Nike in there. Right. I love it. So it is time for the show up segment. This is also one of the newest segments on SpeakUpJV. So how did I show up for myself this week? I'm going to say I prioritized my physical movement. I ran 6 miles on Sunday, so that's how I showed up for myself, doing something out the ordinary. And it was early in the morning. I never ran at 6:30 in the morning, but hey, we made it work. So, Butta, how did you show up for yourself this week?
How did I show up for myself this week? Nothing out of the ordinary, but I show up for myself every day. Mm-hmm. I get up, I pour into me. I get up and just do what needs to be done before. I take my daughter to camp every day for the summer, but I do my work in the morning. Get my workout in, and then once I get that out of the way, everything else kind of just flows smoothly. So me showing up in that space opens up the doors for so many other opportunities, and not having to work. Because I always talk about not having to worry about. I'm big on working out early, right? How you just said you don't run in the morning. Like I'm big on just getting it out the way because you don't have to worry about where you're gonna put it. With work, people, everybody's schedule is different. When you trying to work out after work, like I said earlier, things get a little tricky. You can there could be a Taco Tuesday. You could just be tired and don't want to get it done. So just get up and just make it happen.
Well, good job on showing up for yourself every day. I love it. And if you listen out there, please comment. How did you show up for yourself this week? I always go back and read the comments. I would love to hear. So I like to ask guests a fun question. So here's yours for tonight. What's your favorite turned up song to run to?
Ain't No Answers. NLE Chopper and Lil Wayne.
Oh yeah, you did post about that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna add that to my playlist. Let's see. Put on some miles.
What's the call? They got one creeping up too. That's pretty hot. J Rock, Lotto got a song.
Oh yeah.
It's I got a couple out there that's newer songs that are kind of brewing, but those are a couple of the newer ones. But overall. To turn me up, if I had to pick one song, it'd be out of every song, I have to go. Hoes Come Easy by RJ.
Hey, I'm mad at it. That's why you be dancing at the stoplight.
Oh my God.
Hoes come easy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the song right there. I'll be running to that. I need a hot girl. I'll be running to that. So yeah, y'all drop y'all favorite song to work out to too. I would love to hear that. I need to add some more stuff to my playlist since I'm running more distances. Okay.
Exactly.
Right?
We turning you up some more. You know, we got a race October 7th. All right.
Make sure y'all come out. So it is time for the wrap-up segment. So how does this relate to self-love? Self-love is loving your physical health, taking care of it. I mean, we talk about mental health all day, emotional health, spiritual health, but you need your physical health as well. So please get your rest, work out, eat correctly, all those things. You know, go turn to those people in your life who are experts in that and learn how you can take care of yourself more. So Butta, how do you practice self-love?
I take care of myself all the time. Everybody know I'm big on loving myself. Like I talk a lot of shit when it comes to me. You know, like I show off. But no, I take care of myself. You know, I'm eating great. I'm like I said, I'm pouring into me. I'm reading all those things, mental, physical. You know, I'm showing up for me.
I love it. And I love to ask every guest this question. What do you want to be remembered for?
Impact. Impact. Impact on my community. South Central is my home. South Central is what I love. My love. South Central is everything to me. So to be able to put on for the area I grew up in, it's been one of the greatest things I've ever done. You know, people always talk about, yeah, this is my city or whatever, you know, repping different areas and things like that. But it's like, yeah, you rep your city, but does your city rep you back? Ooh. As we all know, the city love me. So, you know, it's just my impact on the people, just the love I get when I'm out and people, you know, I love what you're doing. I wanna come around. You know, people talk about, you know, want to show up. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, whatever. But just like people seeing it and want to be a part of it is always dope for me.
Ooh, I love that. Yeah, you definitely got the leader in you for real, making that impact. So just want to throw that out there. So this is reminding you guys to take care of your body. Mindset is important. In the day, rewiring that, it all starts up here to do anything. And the last thing I want to throw in, the investment in your physical health is cheaper than them hospital bills, just like Butta was saying. So think about that next time you're like, oh, should I do this? Like, it helps me out with that. But I appreciate you coming on to SpeakUpJV. This was an honor to get to interview you and have this impactful conversation. But before we go, can you shout your information out? Any upcoming announcements? Go ahead.
In my Instagram, my personal Instagram, Barack_Obutta. Barack spelled like the president _OBUTTA. At Keep It 100 is the Run Club page. All the information about the running is on there. Coming up, the big race, man. October 7th. Butta's birthday half marathon. I'll be 40 years old. I know I don't look it. 13.1 miles through the hood, through the West Side with love. That's the name of it. You know, something very, very special to me, something very special to my community. So be on the lookout for that, man. Follow all my socials. All the information you need will be in the bios, and I post crazy content all the time. So that's all I got. Be kind to people.
There we go. Yeah, I love that. Make sure y'all come out and run with us.
Please,
come on. Just that is info.
Yeah, Keep It 100 meets Tuesday night, Culver City at Veterans Park, 7 p.m. Right by the water fountain. We meet in Inglewood, 7 p.m. as well. On Thursdays, it's Sip and Sounder Coffee Shop, right across the street from the Inglewood Swap Meet. You can't miss it. It's going to be a great time. All ages are welcome. All levels of runners are welcome. Just come be a part of some dope stuff. Be a part of the community. A lot of people who run with us aren't from LA, so they tend to find, you know, good community and good people in these spaces just because they're away from home. We do long runs on Sunday if you want to increase your mileage, if you want to get better, if you want to train for different races. Sunday is the day for that. And we do events all throughout the year, man. So pull up on me, pull up on us. It's a great time, I promise you.
I love it. Yes, follow him and tap in, y'all. But I appreciate y'all tapping into the newest segment, Speak Up JV now, episode 20. Make sure you guys tell your friends about Speak Up JV. The Instagram is at Speak Up JV, Twitter at Speak Up JV. You also find my content on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. Before I go, quick shout out to my amazing sponsors. Shout out to My Bar, located at 720 East Manchester in Inglewood, California. Get your nails, your lashes, your hair done. Ask for mine. Tell them that Speak Up JV sent you. Also, shout out to Be Actual Natural. Why settle for less? All their products are created with you in mind for going to let your self-love show up through your self-care. Their chemical-free hair and skincare products are handmade, plant-based, and free of fillers or preservatives. Treat yourself by taking care of yourself. Start your journey at www.beactualnatural.com, and the Instagram is at beactualnatural. Well, I love y'all. I will see you guys next week. Make sure y'all tap in with Butta. Thank you, Butta.
No problem, man. I enjoyed this.
All right, y'all. Bye. Take care. Have a great week, everyone.